Live at Onigashima!
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Jimmy, and we're going to bring you chapter 1083 reviews.
Alright, let's do it. Oh, I think I put in my notes the wrong chapter.
What chapter did you put?
I put 1093.
Oh my god, where he's in the future.
I'm thinking
Holy
in the
shit.
future. This is a cool chapter. I mean, it was like not a huge... it was like an informational
we didn't learn
chapter,
like too much
know?
about it. Like we more saw stuff that we knew about already. Well, it was really cool to see. I like it.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
agree.
just not like I can't wait for next chapter. It was such a tease. This
Yeah, it was such a build up. Like, come on, give us more. It's like we already saw a lot of it, like we said. Yeah, the cover story was cute. We got like Doflamingo's
This is the second time we've seen.
of...
Yeah, the one with Crocodile from before.
Yeah,
with the dog.
Yeah, I saw people posting on Twitter being like, "Oh, this is so cute," but then people also being like, "Here's a list of all their atrocities."
Yeah, I don't know if we can forgive Doflamingo for that just because he's putting a band-aid on. And we don't even know, is he putting it on it or is he taking it off?
Or is he controlling the bird? I think we get right into the chapter here. I wanted to talk about a few things this chapter, starting with the Rebel Army stuff. We finally get to see
it's nice to hear their plan. Like, I like the fact that okay, we went in there, we had objectives, we planned well enough to accomplish those objectives, and we have like plans for what we're gonna do after, as far as like cutting off the supplies like for their food and stuff, and like making them starve.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's
to
really
see them
nice
actually,
to see
like,
they're actually smart, which I assumed the whole time, but it's we gotta see it in action.
We need some tactics from them. It's the thing. Yeah. It's the right thing to do. Like, if they're gonna be held as this like high authority and like these crazy, which also, you know, everybody's afraid of the Rebel Army in Merijois. Like, these guys are going nuts, and they're like, even we saw CP9 this chapter be like, what? Whoa, those guys are strong.
Got everybody there. The only person they don't have there is like Kizaru and Akainu. Literally everybody else is there. Everyone relevant to the Marines.
They pulled up a lot of players, and the 4 captains put in work.
I wonder what we're gonna see Garp do here, because he is in this flashback. We know he was at the reverie.
That's true. That's true. It would be a nice little
Vivi
transition.
even like teased it also, right? Like Vivi was like, "I'd rather have Garp help me," when she was talking to Lucci.
Right.
Which, by the way, I think was amazing. I love that Vivi just stood up to Lucci. She's a true straw hat at heart.
Yeah, that was fun to see. She was like, "Oh, you protected Shirahoshi? Oh wait, you didn't. Fuck you, Rob Lucci." And he's just like, "Damn, I just have to take this."
He's like, it's my job to take this.
Yeah, crazy. So the one thing that the Rebel Army kind of revealed to us that everybody's going crazy about right now is God's Knights.
Oh my god, I have thoughts on God's Knights, and it's the same thoughts as everybody else, but
Shanks.
Yeah,
dude, that's on purpose. Like, come on.
It's 100% on purpose, and I know like Oda loves playing with his silhouettes, so I think he's using this knowing everyone's gonna think it's Shanks. My first thought is that maybe it's a clone of Shanks, because I think that could be interesting with what we just learned with Vegapunk.
Everybody's saying clone this, clone that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, do we really want to just put it in clone theory?
I don't know if I'm cool with everybody being a clone.
The other one that I saw on Twitter, I saw someone post a picture of Higama, the person Shanks like bodied at the beginning of the series. Like drowned Luffy.
You think that's Higama?
And I think that'd be hilarious to have somebody like him just to get smashed again.
One cool idea I saw was that these swirls that are above these shadowy figures is kind of devil fruit like, and these are the same swirls that we saw when Khalifa and Kaku got their devil fruits back on Eni's lobby.
So you're saying they all have devil fruits?
It could be. It's a theory. It's a theory. Yeah. I mean, maybe they all have devil fruits. Maybe that's why they're so crazy powerful. But you know, we're just getting introduced like more powerful characters, and we knew this had to happen.
I feel like most of the characters that we're gonna see that are powerful are gonna have devil fruits. Because I think the main powerhouses that are not going to have devil fruits we've seen, which are Shanks and Mihawk. I don't think it's going to be, and Garp. I don't think it's going to be that interesting to see so many people just be hockey masters. Like, the devil fruits are the fun part of the series.
Yeah, Oda's going to go ball out with the devil fruits in the final saga, for sure.
Exactly. So I definitely think they are gonna have devil fruits.
Yeah,
But
yeah, true that. So the last time we saw a bunch of silhouettes, we got it from, who did we get it from?
we've gotten a
The,
lot of
no, but
silhouettes.
there was one in the recent chapters about sword. That's what it was. And everybody saw one of the silhouettes there and thought it looked like Law, and then people were going
Oh
crazy over
yeah.
that.
I still agree
But
with
there's
that.
so
But
many shadowy figures that Oda's introducing in this end game that we know are going
you
to be
know, Oda
important.
said it before that he draws silhouettes to fuck with people, and then he has to figure out backstories and character designs for those silhouettes that he draws. So if that puts any stock into silhouette theory, it's there.
Yeah, true that. Um, but yeah, that's the last thing, I guess. Or the next thing was I kind of wanted to talk about the King Cobra assassination thing.
I mean, that's the next big thing in the chapter. I like that they showed the picture in the newspaper, which, because one of the things I didn't like before is that Dragon was so quick to be like, oh my god, did Sabo really do this? Like, I feel like he shouldn't doubt Sabo, right? Like, with how much they've been through and him being his right hand command. Like, so the fact that there's a picture helps with that a little because it shows a reason why Dragon was a little more skeptical. Because
Yeah,
the picture looks pretty bad for
it does
Sabo,
look
I'm
pretty
not
bad
gonna
for
lie.
Sabo. Yeah, it's like, damn, who
This is
who
old
was there
man
with the
dead
camera?
like next to his wheelchair knocked over.
This cameraman was
Sabo
going
just
crazy.
posing. Big News
Yeah.
Morgan was off the hook.
I feel like there's been a competition lately for good photos in One Piece. Like, who took the Gear 5 photo?
Yeah, for
the
real.
The
That was
CP9
a
guy. That's what it was. Oh, it was a Pooh. That's right.
Apu was there taking pics of everybody.
Apu went crazy, bro. He's a real photographer. He's an artist.
Yeah, musician, a photographer. What can't he do?
But Big News Morgan's flooped in here, and I guess after this took away Vivi, so maybe it was Big News Morgan.
That's what. So, I think it was partly him, because also Cobra has a plan clearly. Like we see it at the end. Like he was like, "Oh, this won't take long," assuming he kind of knows what's gonna happen. Like,
yeah. It's either he knows what's gonna happen or he has a plan,
and he knows. Well, I'm sure he knows his plan is probably gonna get him killed.
Yeah.
Like trying to bring something up to the five elders, like that they're gonna not like while you're a sickly old man, they're gonna find an excuse to get you killed, and I think he kind of knows that.
Yeah.
So he might have set something up beforehand with Sabo or Vivi or something, and that's how she was able to escape easier. But I'm not sure. But I do think, like, Sabo looks like he's surprised when he's looking at the newspaper. He's like, wait, this is how I was framed? Like, this picture looks bad.
Yeah, he didn't know
So,
Big News Morgan's was in there using his stealth.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure he probably set up some type of plan with Cobra before this happened. Which is why he's more surprised that it looks like this.
Yeah. I mean, Sabo was like, oh, this is largely successful. I mean, I want to entertain the possibility that Sabo's guilty, and he did kill Cobra. But
well, I don't know.
know.
I'm saying he could have killed Cobra too, but it could also still be part of the plan.
Right.
He was like,
yeah. What
oh,
if,
like despite King Cobra being dead, like it kind of turned out well for us. So
right.
Sucks to say it, but it happened.
Like sucks for that guy, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that could be a nice like little twist, and I wouldn't be mad about it if they were both like,
well,
you know,
I think
together
both can be true. Where Sabo did kill Cobra, but it was a part of the plan they had together because Cobra knew he was gonna die. Something like that.
And it would be a nice like, it'd be an interesting dynamic for then Sabo and Vivi if we ever got that interaction, and a lot of people want to see that.
I think we will eventually get that interaction at some point. I feel like they had to have met up.
Yeah.
I also like that we get to see Bonnie here because we're about to learn a little bit more about her. And we know she knows info on this, so she's snooping around somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, so basically, whatever we see here, the Straw Hats will potentially know, like, in due time.
Yeah, I feel like
Maybe
we're
not
gonna.
right now.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get that from Bonnie. Like like the second half, like the last bit of the story, we're gonna get it from Bonnie. I think.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get all the stuff with Cobra now, and then the stuff with like Kuma and Eam and them later.
But you know, Oda's setting up. He's planting all these like little pieces, to lead up to Egghead's incident. And I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
so
I
sick.
can't wait.
I think it's gonna be so sick whenever this egghead thing happens, because, man, he's bringing in all the big guns, like, and he's adding characters.
I mean, yeah, like these devil fruits, like we were talking about it earlier, but some of them are pretty cool. Like finding out Karasu's devil fruit also, like
Yeah,
he's not a zone
fruit.
at all. Like people thought with a bunch of like crows, he's using Sutsu and he's just a crow fanatic. He's just like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, he's weird.
So,
This is like a
he's just an edgy character.
yeah.
I like that a lot more actually, and the Sutsu seems really strong.
It does. So it's a
like,
it's a Logia,
it's
right?
basically a Logia, yeah.
Is
Like,
it,
that's
or is it
my
like a
impression.
special Paramecia?
Well, it's a Logia, I think, because he can turn into the substance also, and like deform his body because he's literally turned himself into a ton of crows.
Right.
So I would consider.
Well,
it a Logia.
he can also send the crows to like say things to people.
Well, that's because he's part of them, right? Because he's turning into the.
So I guess he's a Logia, yeah.
So, yeah.
Crazy. And then Morley,
yeah,
or Morley, or whatever, however you pronounce their name. It's is boxing
Are we
with
talking
Green
about the
Bull.
Frogmerals?
Fraud Merles.
The Frogmerl Green Bull.
Yeah, bro, we've been seeing him take L after L after L.
He's like fighting people that don't look that strong. Like, sure, Morley's a giant, but who hasn't beaten a giant these days?
But come on, these are the rebel captains. Like, they gotta be top tier. These should be
I think
stronger than. Like, these guys should be boxing with admirals at this point in the game. I don't want to see more people like King and Queen.
My level for all these guys, I was putting them relative to Ivankov, maybe even a little bit less strong. And from what I saw him do at Marineford, these guys, like, they can tussle, but like to be admiral level was like crazy. And like the fact that he's keeping Green Bull doesn't know how to fight. Like, he's one-dimensional. He doesn't know how to fight without like destroying everything. Like, come on.
Okay, but Fujitora also doesn't know how to fight without destroying everything. He just said, "Fuck it, we ball." He was like, "I'm Madara, bro."
But I think it's more of the fact that he doesn't care as much. Like, we know he's against the current systems and stuff. I'm sure he hates the Celestial Dragons and stuff. So I think he's doing it and being like, he was gonna play the whole thing he did with like Kainu earlier. He's like playing. He's like, "Oh well, I didn't know any better." Like, haha, they die. So
to be honest, I wish we saw more of Fujitora, because like we got like what, one panel of him.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get more in the next chapter.
But yeah, cool.
But yeah,
cool to see all of them running around. I like the rebel captains more now.
But where's Bello Betty? That's what I want to know.
True, yeah,
like,
we didn't see
all
Bello
of
Betty
them except for her. And you would think like she would be doing this part here that Lindbergh was doing, where he was like escorting them out. That would be like the perfect thing for her, right? Because she has the power to raise people's morals.
But we know that she's alive. So
I know she's alive, but I'm just curious what she's doing.
Yeah, it's interesting. She was here.
Well, not in this chapter.
Yeah.
So she's somewhere. Maybe she runs into CP9 or something.
Because didn't Morley also come back to the island before Sabo did? Did they all?
Yeah, they all did.
Oh, okay.
Everyone came back without Sabo. So Sabo, like, that's what I'm saying. There's some plan with Cobra. He had to escape a different way. And then blow up Lucia. And then come back.
Yeah, true that. Well, he is the chief of staff. So we got to see some dumbass St. Charlos also. I mean, the chapter was pretty good.
Overall, good chapter.
You know, I don't have anything like
the next one.
I don't have anything like overwhelmingly good to say about this chapter, but it was fun to see.
I think it was a solid like 7 out of 10. Like, it was good. It held its own, but it's like you definitely building up to the next one and the one after that. It's setting up a lot of stuff.
It is. All right, y'all.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Argue about us in the comment, or not about us.
Don't argue about us. We didn't do anything. Argue
against our opinion.
Argue against our right. Do that. All right. Until the next one.
Right, peace out, y'all.